everyone. Today I am with one of my trusted professionals, my friend Deanna Scortino. Hi, Deanna. How are you?
Great, Rosa. How are you doing?
I'm fantastic. It's St. Patrick's Day, so we're doing good over here.
I love it. Happy to be here. Thank you for
Oh,
doing this.
thank you for stopping by, of course. Anytime I think of you, two words come to mind: passionate and fun.
Oh, thanks, girl.
Yeah, and I do see that anything you do, you have that passion with you, and you're the funniest woman I've met so far. I got to tell you that. So you are the number one female since 2010 in the state of California doing something really fun. You want to tell us about
Sure. It's just a totally normal job.
it?
It's selling sharp objects to people, selling knives to people. But whether it is kind of two-sided, there's some people that just need some great knives. It's Cutco for their home. And other people are business professionals like you that need a gifting system in place for their business where it's branded. So, it's technically classified as marketing for a business owner, which is excellent, especially with tax benefits. But it's, as I always coach my business owners, if you want to stay in front of people, a gift should always have two things, and that's usefulness and longevity. Most gifts only have one of those. So as long as you can get something that has both, you're just going to be that much more likely to stay in front of that client long term.
So your money is well spent.
Right. If you're spending it anyway, you might as well stretch your dollar and get some lineage out of it, or like some years out of it or something. And not just the longevity, but again, the usefulness, have something in front of them that they have to use all the time. And luckily everybody has a kitchen and eats food. So
Exactly.
that
Works perfectly well.
helps.
How do you get started in this funky business?
It is funky. My mom found the ad in the paper when I was going to be a junior in high school. This is a very long time ago. And it was an actual paper ad from the newspaper. And she said, "Hey, I found this ad. Go get this job. Go check it out." And it was the end of summer. She'd been on me all summer about getting a job. And finally, this was the one place I was accepted. I was trying everything, and I just kept getting annoyed that Domino's wasn't calling me back and all these places. But it really shaped my thinking and my skills for life. I mean, I've been here well over 20 years,
Yeah.
and it really taught me to get out of my own way and just confront, talk to people, most people I never met before, just like you guys do in real estate. And it's funny, I run into people in real estate all the time that I've worked with Cutco when they were like in college or something, and it's pretty great. So that's how that all started.
I think it's absolutely wonderful to see a woman being successful in a world of men dominated business, I guess, you know. And how do you balance? Because I see you do a lot and you're very busy. So, how do you balance your day to day? And you have a successful marriage with a very handsome husband of yours. So, how do you manage and how do you balance it all?
Great question. I've heard many people talk about balance, and I'm not, some people said, "Oh, there's no balance in life," or "there is balance in life." And I think the thing that you have to look at is, well, what needs to get done, what isn't as necessary, and what could you kind of pass on, right? So one thing in business I really focus on every day is I'm pretty particular about protecting my income producing hours. So it's hard. I'm sure you've experienced this, Rosa, when you work for yourself, to not get distracted by some family text message or a kid coming in or whatever it is, or dishes. I mean, I don't know. It could be
A
anything,
million things.
right? But you have to, I always say, if your goals mean enough to you, you will find a way to make sure those people know not to bother you. Like, you have your job hours. Like, you're not going to go to someone else's job and interrupt their job and also take money out of their pocket by doing so, right? So why would someone do that to you? And then, I just decide on what my days off are every week. So, if I'm going on vacation, like what those are, it's like what's agreed upon in advance is what's right. And that's how you should treat yourself too. So, that's kind of how I do balance, if that helps out. I just decide ahead of time what the schedule needs to be. And then all the areas work out because I'm scheduling, time blocking, right? Like scheduling all those different things, whether it is work or personal, where is that happening? How is that fitting in? And sometimes you do have to say no to things when it is last minute, but it's because the goals are more important. So you have to weigh like what's best to do in those scenarios.
I heard you talking about that today on Facebook about goals, and I love that little video that you put out there.
Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. So what brings you pleasure in this business? What gives you the satisfaction to go the next day and the next day and the next day to do it and do it so well the way you do it?
Thank
What's
you.
that little drive behind there?
I'd say it's really, again, so similar to you guys. Every day is so different. The people we get to meet with are different. And I really believe our product works. Obviously, if you own some in your kitchen, everyone's going to know, oh, yeah, it's the best knives ever. And it's also made in the US. What an idea. It's so weird. But they come very sharp. My mom's had Cutco like 30 years. So my conviction comes a lot from just growing up with it, of course.
Well, I heard about your grandmother having hers since 1950s. So
Yes, exactly.
wow.
Even longer. Yeah. It's just crazy. So I just think that, just having that conviction, it really helps. And that's really what I get excited about is I really believe it helps agents or business owners, whomever, stay in front of their clients. And that's what we want. According to the National Association of Realtors, only 9% of the population can name their realtor after 2 years.
That's so sad.
It is sad. And I want you, let's be real. I want you guys to get repeat business because when you get repeat business, then we do well too. So it's like a win-win for everybody. So why would I not want that? But it's exciting to share in your guys' successes and see, 5-10 years from now, the gifts you gave out, people are still using them. And that's just so rare to see nowadays than anything else. So I think that's why I really love doing it. And that's, as you said, passion. That's what I'm passionate about. I like helping people do better in their business. What's the saying? If you help everyone get what they want, they'll always help you get what you want. Well, what I want is just a byproduct of your success because it just flows naturally that way. Of course, you're going to
love that. I love that. I love that. So tell me about Chuck.
So Chuck ran a marketing company for about 10 years. He's always had a great design eye. He cannot draw worth a darn, but he can design anything. And he actually did it for a while for the movie industry, wrap gifts, even Cutco Corporate for many years. He did a lot of things with them and many reps. And then he kind of accomplished what he wanted to out of it after 10th year. He had employees and everything. And of course, for many years, I was really like, oh, I wish he could just help me full time. I really wanted it to be.
That's the wish of all of the wives.
I know, right? Oh my God, if he could just help me, we could expand. And it was really scary going through that transition about 6.5 years ago or whatever it was. Because, now we're one income. That's always uncomfortable, right?
And it's scary.
It was very scary. And so we're like, okay, let's try it out. Then after 6 months, let's see. And I think it was within 3 of him helping me, we just boomed. And it was so much easier for me to focus on you guys and just pay attention to my agents, my business owners, my residential clients, whatever it is. All my clients, it allowed him running the business has allowed me to be more present with you guys. And that's really, obviously, as you know, what I love doing. So now I don't have to worry about the financial stuff, the travel stuff, the idiot, obviously the design and the marketing, he does all that now for just one high maintenance customer, not a ton. So that's kind of how we've figured that out. And in fact, we have our meeting after this one. So we meet once a week for about anywhere from 2 to 4 hours. A lot of it has to do with marketing, but it also has to do with where the business is going and our plans and programs and where all that's headed. Even personal stuff comes up, like maybe our dynamics of different things with life might change a little bit in the future. I don't know, but we're working toward an ideal scene, and I'm able to do that a lot easier with Chuck helping me.
So it will be safe to say that he's an integral, I can say the word, integral part of your business.
Yes, he runs, we have our company in 7 divisions, and he runs most of them.
Oh,
Mine
that's
is
wonderful.
really the sales division and kind of the PR and the public division too, like
Mhm.
social media and stuff. That's me, but everything else is him, and it really makes it run a lot smoother.
And it's just so easier on you because you trust him implicitly. So you know things will get done the way you want them because he knows you.
True. And it is for anyone watching or listening that works with a spouse, it can be challenging, but or even just any kind of partner, even if you're not romantically involved. I think
Right.
the best tip I can give people with a team or anything like that is when you're in charge of an area, stick to your own area, stick to your, go in your own lane, right? And there are times where I say on one of his emails, I'm like, I don't really like how this looks. And he says something like, well, it's too bad that's not your department. And I have to take my wife hat off and just put my, founder presidential hat on and be like, okay, you're right. And not have like some tiff about something silly when it's not even my job. So
Well, that's very mature of you to do that.
thanks. I work at it. It's sometimes easier than other times, but that is something we've both learned from each other is like stick with what you're good at. Of course, we have to communicate things, but just remember who's in charge of which spot, and then we can just do really well in our own area, which is awesome.
I love that. This is wonderful. So, Deanna, how can people reach you? Where do they call? What's the easiest way to get in touch with you?
Great question. TheKnifeGal.com is my direct website. And the Knife Gal is really everything that I do and am. So my YouTube channel is the Knife Gal. My Instagram is the Knife Gal. The Knife Gal on Facebook. Like there's so many the Knife Gal. I found early on that Deanna Scortino was just so easy for people to say and spell every day. We decided to make the Knife Gal everything else. And that was even the website, Chuck created all that, the logo. I mean, he is behind all that design work, but that is the best way to reach me.
All
All those
right,
different
perfect.
platforms.
So besides knife, anything else Cutco provides? What are they?
Yes. I would say kind of think of us as, like a Pepsi or a Coca-Cola. Like that's
Okay,
their main thing, but
got
there's
it.
so many other things under it.
Oh, I
So,
didn't know that. Okay, good.
oh yeah, it's all Cutco, the name, but we do anywhere from spatulas to garden tools. A lot of people don't know
Oh,
that.
I didn't know that.
I know, right? And the pruners, oh my gosh, they're the best. My dad's favorite thing. Baking tools, and my favorites are the silverware and the pots and pans. It's not just knives, but we also, again, have a lot of non-knife things. Some people don't want to give knives in their business, and that's totally fine. I'm never
Right.
offended by that. So we have like an ice cream scoop and a spreader, like a spatula together. It's like you can use for like pie and cakes
That's
and
actually a good idea. The ice cream scooper. Yeah.
Oh, girl, on there we engrave everything, right? So
Yeah, of course.
we put giving you the scoop on real estate and then your name and number. And
Oh, that is
clients
so
love it.
cool.
Isn't that great? And it
That is
melts ice
great.
cream.
I love that.
Isn't that cute? So just lots of other things, but again, things that are useful with longevity, and almost every single item we make is made in America, which is incredible. And they've been doing that for over 70 years.
So we're talking about quality here.
Oh, for sure. And our stuff is not cheap because, of course, with many things, you get what you pay for. And that is the best way to do it, in my
But
opinion.
this is why your grandmother has her for over 50 years because she didn't buy them anywhere else.
Exactly. Yeah. If she did, she'd probably have it 2 years. I don't know. Or just not like it after a
Right,
while.
right. Oh,
Yeah.
it's always wonderful to see you. You are always the nice gal that you're just so much fun to be around. And you exude this great energy that you have everywhere you go. I wish you more success every day. Keep on doing what you're doing. Keep on becoming more successful day by day. I love to see a woman being on top of the world. And you are wonderful.
Thank you. I enjoy the ride and I so appreciate you having me and always happy to be of service to you and anyone that you know, Rosa.
Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you. Lovely seeing you. Say hi to your husband, and we'll see you soon.
Okay, cool. Will do. Thanks again, girl. Much
Bye.
appreciate you.
Bye. Let me stop the recording.